way, let us continue with this transmission with your questions, if you wish. You are applauding just for that. You're an easy group.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
How are you?
Perfect, and you?
Awesome.
Oh, all right, you are full of some awe.
That's where I was going. I'm really full of all, like you said several times.
Yes.
And I have a wonderful life. And I'm getting to the point where I want to thank you personally, because in the last year, you really helped me to bring to the conscious level all this awesomeness that I've been living all my life.
All right, it is our pleasure to reflect to you what you already knew.
So thank you very much. On the other hand, as I'm moving forward in a new chapter in my life...
This one or this one? Which is the other hand?
Right, on my right.
All right, yes.
So, like I was saying, I'm moving into a new chapter in my life, and I'm seeing that I'm more willing to follow my joy again, and
yes.
help people.
Oh, well, thank you.
Share what I've been shining.
Yes.
And I know there's a lot of people like me. So I want you to, if you were able to tell us, or give us some insight or what we can be doing just to share more of that light.
Already told you. I think many of you have difficulty understanding how simple the formula is, and that there really is no need for any other formula. Act on your highest excitement to the best of your ability. Take it as far as you can, without any expectation or assumption or assistance on the outcome. That is the entire formula. That's all you need to do. Because when you do that, what you begin to understand is this. Excitement is a complete kit, the driving engine and the organizing principle of your life. And if you follow the thread of excitement, the synchronicity in your life will unfold in such a manner as to allow you to keep increasing and expanding opportunities for excitement. They will keep coming into your life to act on higher, bigger, more exciting things. That really is as simple as the formula is. Now, if you wish to make it more complicated, if you wish to make it longer, I won't stop you. But the idea is it is that simple. So anytime you want to ask, what else can I do? What else can I do? What else can we do? Just go back to the simple formula, because that formula in and of itself will allow you to keep expanding for your entire life. And it really is that simple. Is it all right that it's that simple?
It's perfect. I'll stick to it then.
Thank you.
And the other question I have, this is more in the personal level. I have these recurrent dreams where I usually are with friends and I move things at will, let's say.
Yes.
So my friends laugh at me because I'm very clumsy the way I'm moving things around.
All right.
So it's just a symbolic dream that I haven't been able to.
But it's reflective of the idea that you are, in a sense, testing your limits, stretching your wings, learning to fly. May not be used to it at first, but that's all right. You'll adapt. You'll get used to the new frequency. You'll get used to the new energy, and you will ultimately discover that physical reality is very magical, that you are already moving everything around, in a sense, with your mind, with your consciousness, because really there is no physical reality apart from what you define it to be. So it's really not about the idea necessarily of having to do it the way it appeared in your dream, although that is possible. The idea is to get more in touch with the fact that, in a sense, that's what you're already doing, is moving things around by your beliefs, by your mind, by your consciousness, and that is how you experience physical reality at all. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you're becoming more aware of what you're already doing, rather than the idea of learning to express it necessarily in a different way. Although, again, that's possible. But it's not really about whether anything is possible. It's about whether it's relevant for your life. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Does that help you?
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, Bashar.
And you, good day.
Okay, thank you. Since last month you were at Angel Valley and we did the contact meditation.
Yes.
in the labyrinth, and
Yes.
you were sharing about I am here right now.
In the idea that everything exists here and now, and that is, in a sense, an invitation to begin experiencing your reality and interaction with us more in that style, more in that awareness.
Yes. You also mentioned about upheaval dome.
Yes.
And the connection.
Another strong vortex, yes.
Yeah, another a connection between upheaval dome and what you described as the Sedona vortex that's at Angel Valley.
Yes.
A lot has happened since, as we felt it.
Really?
Yeah,
What a shock.
it kind of confirmed that what happened was really momentous.
Oh, well, thank you.
And in addition to what, of course, you would say, go back to the simple formula of
Yes.
follow your excitement. And
Yes.
if there's any fears that come up this morning, you explained very clearly, how our any remainders of fears keep us at a lower frequency, so that
Yes.
you will not be able to contact directly.
Yes, you cannot experience what you are not the vibration of first.
Yes. Are there any further comments that you can give us?
Is this another variation of the last question we got asked? Is there anything else I need to know? Anything else we could do? I am sure there are many other things you could do, but the idea is that if you're following the formula of acting on your highest excitement, then you can rely on your own imagination, because it's keyed to your particular frequency, to provide you with any other particular permission slip that will work specifically better for you than anyone else. That's what your imagination is for. It's the conduit of communication between your physical and higher mind. So while acting on your excitement, if you ask for some specific other tool, technique, or ritual that you believe is necessary for you, let your imagination be your guide and provide you with the permission slip that you are attracted to that will work best for you. Yes?
Yes.
All right.
Is there also other ways that we can assist others who come to...
What are you looking to do? In what way do you wish to be of further assistance or additional assistance? What does your own excitement say? What does your own imagination say?
Basically, to encourage others to also contribute to this raising of the frequency which starts within themselves.
All right, well, then in whatever way, shape, or form you wish to go about that you believe is in alignment with your true self, go ahead. Who's stopping you?
Nobody.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
So does that answer your question? And again, I ask, is that too simple for you?
No, it's actually that simple.
All right. Did you not know this before you asked?
Yes, I did.
All right, so why did you ask?
I think the encouragement that you can give at times is helpful.
All right. We are always sending encouragement to all of you. Remember, we never stop broadcasting. It's only you that stop listening.
Right.
So if you choose to listen, you will always find our encouragement at hand. Yes?
Okay. Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you.
Hola, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Good day. I was wondering about physical body pain.
Physical, body,
Pain and
pain, yes.
chronic
Yes.
pain for a long time. And
Yes. Well, again, to begin with, even though we understand that there can be physiological reasons for such things, even in the creation of a situation that would bring about a physiological reason for pain, still fundamentally, energetically speaking, usually pain is the result of resisting the natural self.
is it, so I have been investigating in my beliefs to see where the root of the pain and the chronic pain.
Yes.
If the pain is still there, is it that I haven't got to the core belief of it?
Sometimes it depends on the reasons for why you might be creating that experience. Sometimes individuals will create painful experiences, not even necessarily because of something they need to learn, but of what it will do for other people they are interacting with in allowing them to be of assistance to you. It depends upon the reasons for why it was created. It can always be a learning tool for you, but it might also have a broader application for other people in your life as well. It depends. You have to take it on a case-by-case basis, as you say. But generally speaking, to answer your question more directly, in most cases of self-generated pain due to resistance of the natural self, if the pain persists, it is usually, not always, but usually an indication that you haven't yet, arrived at the core fundamental belief.
And does the physical body has a different energy timing of healing, or
It can. Again, it depends upon the reasons for why the experience was created, and thus how you may be connecting that experience to the timing of other events in your life as to when would be the best time to serve everyone involved for the situation to change.
I have been exploring in it, and it resounded what you said at last, that I have seen core belief, but it has helped others.
All right.
For me to relate to them.
Then you see, that's another reason why you may be generating that, because if you've been taught to believe that you have to strongly identify with others in order to help them in certain circumstances, many people may take upon themselves the idea of discomfort and pain in order to have the knowledge and the experience they need to be able to relate to others and tell them what they need to do. Now, you can get to a point where you can realize that you don't necessarily need to do it that way, but that may be one reason why people do those things and take those things upon themselves, is so they can have the experience they need to help others. In a sense, it's not too dissimilar from the idea of what we always do when we contact another civilization. And that is, we usually have at least one incarnation in that civilization. We usually have at least one life that we live in that civilization so that we can relate to you. Otherwise, in a sense, we would be far too alien to each other if we didn't have those memories to rely on. So we put ourselves in situations, in a variety of situations, some of which may not always be what you would call pleasant, because it is important for us to understand the perspectives from which that civilization is coming and what they are experiencing in order for us to be able to communicate with them effectively.
And would it be at my decision or my call to say, I don't need this to relate to others, and I can keep
absolutely.
affecting them?
Yes, because again, the idea is that if you understand that you have chosen it simply because you may believe there is no other way to relate to them, but if you can allow your belief system to find another way to relate without necessarily inflicting the pain on yourself, then yes, of course, you can change it.
Okay.
Does that help you?
It does.
All right.
Thank you.
In your imagination, now, what other ways might you imagine you can learn to relate to people without necessarily experiencing it in a painful way?
I actually have been practicing.
At what? Piano?
In just shining.
Shining?
Shining meaning just being me, and it has been having an effect on people. And
is it lessening the pain?
Sorry?
Is the pain any less?
I don't know. It hangs there. That's why I'm in a point where I think I'm in the verge. No, how you say
on the verge.
On the verge of going beyond it. I'm on that thing that I think I have discovered a lot of things this year through pain and through. How
May I ask if there is some specific thing that is representative of your excitement that you are not doing? Some dream that you are not living that you would rather be living?
I think I'm walking it right now. Finally. I'm feeling better with not caring about what other things of what I'm doing.
All right.
Because it doesn't match very well with modern society and stuff.
All right. Well, very good. Then you may be on the road to healing yourself in that way.
I hope so.
You what?
I know so.
Thank you. Does that help you?
Yeah, everything you have said always helps me.
And?
Is it true in your kind, or I don't know how to express, but
on my world?
In your world, that the food that you eat...
We don't eat.
well, not like the food that we eat.
We don't eat it all anymore.
No, but like meaning I want to see. Okay, I will reformulate my question.
All right.
Does the food vibrancy will affect your own vibration? Like if I eat more organic, healthy stuff that I know it
In
helps.
general, yes, it is representative of the collective consciousness agreement that in some senses, the higher vibration of the nutrients you ingest, the more compatible it will be with your natural frequency. This is not necessarily absolutely true all the time for everyone. You have to pay attention to your body consciousness and allow yourself to know what your belief system is at any given moment and do the things that are truly representative of what will sustain you. At the same time, as a generalized truth, yes, you will find that the more you are in alignment with your true vibration, the less likely it will be that you will have the urge to eat things that are out of alignment with that frequency. And you can work it in the other direction if you wish, but there's no sense in forcing spirituality if that's not what your body consciousness is telling you that you need, because that would be an oxymoron.
Yeah, that haven't worked for me.
Yes, all right.
Forcing doesn't work.
But just pay attention to the idea of why it is you choose to eat what you eat. Because sometimes you may think you're acting on your excitement when in fact you may be fooling yourself and acting out of your anxiety and covering it up and pretending it's excitement so you don't have to look at it.
Yeah, I caught that one already.
All right, well, very good.
And my last question is about, does it ascension or changing from one dimension to another, or all this shift from 2012 on, and does it have any effects on the physical body?
Of course it does.
Like,
but the idea, again, is to look at it from this perspective. You are shifting from parallel reality to parallel reality, from one version of Earth to another, literally billions of times per second. Yeah. You never have the same body. You're shifting your consciousness into another body that is already more representative of the change you've made in your frequency of energy. So it's not like you're affecting the body you were in. You're not in that body anymore. Now you're looking through the eyes of another body that's simply more representative of the change you've made within yourself. So of course, that body is going to be different vibrationally. And so in a sense, from a linear space-time perspective, you could say, well, yes, I've affected the body. But it's not really what's mechanically happening, even though you can make it look like or experience it to be that way, as an experience. But just because you're having an experience doesn't mean that that's actually structurally what's happening. Make sense? Did you understand that? Or was that a little confusing?
I did, but I could use some
all right.
Reinforcement.
Do you understand the concept that you're actually always shifting from one parallel reality to another?
Yes, and I love that.
All right. Well, understand that when I say you're shifting, you're not taking your body with you. Your consciousness is your consciousness. And therefore, it appears in different bodies. Do you understand?
Yes.
Well, if it appears in another body, that body is not the body that was there a moment ago, yes?
Yes.
So if you're appearing in a different body that's now more reflective of the vibrational change you've made in your consciousness, then that body is going to be more representative. It's going to be different than the last body, yes?
Shouldn't hurt less, though?
Say that again?
Shouldn't hurt less, though?
Should it hurt less?
Yeah, like...
It can, if that's more representative of the change you are making, yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
But again, drop the expectation.
Yeah.
Because if you're not really in touch precisely with why you've created the experience you have, you don't necessarily know exactly what the time frame is for when that experience ought to change to be of best service to you and everyone else. You can simply trust that it will change in whatever direction it needs to change if you have used up the reason that it was there to begin with. Because once you use up the reason for an experience, it doesn't stick around. The only things that stick around are the things you push away. When you use them, invite them in and say, I understand this is here for a reason, let me see what the reason is, and then you use it for the reason it is there, then it has no reason to continue to stick around. And it will change to something else. Yes?
Done deal.
Thank you.
I will close with my statement.
Yes.
I'm very grateful for you appearing in my life through YouTube, but you have helped me a lot in reminding my own wisdom and being okay with who I am. So thank you.
You are welcome.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
My question is, currently, what is my current vibrational level as it's moving forward?
Right now, this moment,
Yes.
165,000 vibrations per second.
Oh, does that mean it's on a high vibrational level?
Relatively speaking. Not as high as 200,000. Not as low as 140,000. It's all relative, isn't it? But generally speaking, it is higher than it used to be. Remember again, though, the idea, even though there may be fluctuations in your vibration, is not to look at it as if you're fluctuating like this. It's to look at it as if you're fluctuating like this. Constantly rising, even though you may go up and down on that arc. Yes?
Yes.
All right.
Next question. I've been told that I've been studying metaphysics and things of that nature for a long time, but people that know me, they says, I don't see any change. So I'm a little confused. If I'm studying and...
What changes do you think ought to be there?
Rich?
Rich? You did hear us talk about the idea of dropping expectation, yes?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Okay. Yes.
What is your definition of abundance?
Well, you're right. I'm actually abundant.
All right.
Even on my trip here today, wonderful things have been happening. So I guess
Then you are rich.
I am rich.
Because, again, what's the definition? The ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it. Period.
Thank you. And also, thank you. Also, one more last question.
Yes.
How do I know within myself, without the assistance of when you're not around?
I'm always around.
Okay. To know when I need to have the questions answered, and I know myself, within myself, that I have the answer.
Are you asking me how do you know when you know you have the answer within yourself?
If I have a question and I ask my higher self,
yes,
how do I know that that is the answer that's correct, that is coming to me, and it's not something from my ego?
Is the idea based on control or is the idea based on freedom?
That's a good question.
Why, thank you. We often ask them.
Okay, I guess it's...
You will generally be able to tell the difference if you just pay attention to the energy. If you pay attention to the vibration and ask the question, is there any fear involved in this response? Is it suppressing or preventing, segregating, disconnecting me from something that I know is true for me? Or is it helping to illuminate the idea of my true self, my true frequency, my preferred reality? Is it judgmental or non-judgmental? Is it validating or invalidating? There are many ways to have the discernment to tell the difference. But generally speaking, you can allow yourself to know that in some senses it doesn't much matter. You're an eternal, infinite being. What's your hurry?
Correct.
One day or another, you'll understand what the answer is for you. And the more you relax about whether or not you're getting the right answer, paradoxically, you'll get the appropriate answer. The more you worry if you're getting the right answer, the less likely it is that you'll get it. That's the paradox. Trust the synchronicities in your life. Your higher mind often, and even your spirit guides will often communicate what you need to know through the synchronicities in your life, because in some senses it's easier to communicate with you and send messages through things that are already right in front of your face in your physical reality, rather than trying to get something to happen in your head. So if you simply look at the synchronicities and trust that your life will unfold in the appropriate way for you, and relax into that knowledge, things will feel a lot more smooth, and you will know the difference between what is and is not you. Although do recognize that sometimes one of the techniques people on your planet often use is they will steer themselves towards something that is absolutely definitively not them, because that gives them a much clearer comparison to what is not them, so they can easily see what is. You can use everything to your advantage if you allow yourself to be positively imaginative enough. Yes?
Yes. By the way, am I the only one in this room?
What room?
Okay. Okay, thank you, Bashar.
Thank you.
Good day, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
You had said 2-3 years ago that Arizona would be the first state that families from other galaxies would land in.
We are talking about the idea of the hybrid children finding enclaves in this area of the Southwest. Yes. They're not from other galaxies.
Well, our star family, that the
Yes.
ships would land and our big brother wouldn't be able to hide it like they do that you
Because
would-
in that timing, there will be no big brother.
Okay.
Because that's an Earth. The Earth that would be capable of receiving the hybrid children would not be one that contains a vibration that would prevent them from coming, would it, by definition?
True.
There you go. You see how simple this is?
Thank you.
Watch your definitions. Many of you get confused and talk about the idea of not knowing whether this or that is your excitement, but often you will realize that your definition of excitement, by definition, is not a definition of excitement. You will contradict yourselves. You'll say, well, I would love to follow my excitement, but what if I follow my excitement and this bad thing happens or that bad thing happens? If you stop and listen to yourselves, you will realize that if you actually have an accurate definition of excitement, you will know that no such negative things can be part of that definition. Otherwise, you don't have a definition of your excitement. You have something else.
Well, my interpretation of our star family landing is not a negative definition.
Oh, I wasn't talking about you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I was just jumping off from the general subject we were talking about watching for the definitions, because, again, you put a contrary definition into the idea by saying, will Big Brother be around to stop it?
True.
In the reality in which they land, there is no Big Brother to stop it. That's the definition of that reality.
True.
That's what we're simply talking about, is the contradictory nature of some of your definitions.
Thank you.
Does that help?
It does. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a little tall. Good day, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Okay, my question is, as we ascend into higher dimensional consciousness...
Which you're doing all the time.
Right, and we come into open direct contact in the next 20, 30 years, will our current generations be able to travel dimensionally to, say, meet your people or the Pleiadians, Andromedans?
Eventually.
Okay.
Not necessarily all within the next 20 to 30 years, but eventually.
And is this with craft or without?
First with, later without.
Okay.
We ourselves do not necessarily need the craft.
Right.
But we retain the idea of the craft for a variety of reasons, not the least of which is it makes it easier for us to interact with civilizations like yours that need some kind of framework.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
But eventually, yes.
Okay. Do we have any exciting spoilers related to that? Are there any like technologies to look out for our ships, or
Would you like to speak up?
are there any technologies that we should look out for? Any spoilers that you can give us in terms of this travel?
Why would we want to spoil anything?
It wouldn't spoil it for me. It'd make it more exciting.
So if something is spoiled, that makes it more exciting for you.
Oh, simply a word.
Oh, all right. We are having fun with you, you know.
Indeed.
All right. One moment. One moment. One moment. One moment. Have you been attracted to a particular mineral lately?
Not specifically.
Are you sure? Something that has crossed your path, something you have pondered, something about looking into some particular kind of element, mineral?
Silica?
Why is there a question mark there?
I don't know. It hasn't occurred to me.
Why did you say silicon?
Sagittarius.
Do you have any excitement investigating the properties of silicon?
Indeed.
Yes, no, maybe?
Yes, indeed.
One moment. explore the properties of silicon dioxide and magnesium. See where that leads you.
Silicon dioxide
And magnesium.
and magnesium.
See where that leads you.
Okay.
It may not necessarily have to come to fruition in the way we've given it to you, but vibrationally it is a key that's going to lead you somewhere based on what you're asking for.
Right.
All right?
All right.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Happy synchronicities.
Indeed.
Oh, one moment. Also bismuth. The element bismuth.
Bismuth.
Yes, silicon dioxide, silicon, oxygen, magnesium, bismuth. Explore those 4 elements.
Okay, thank
See
you.
where it leads.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, clapping for elements now.
Sure. Yeah, that could probably work.
Are you having fun with your technology?
Yes.
Just like 5 people needed to be able to do this simple task.
Thanks. Thank you. Hello, Bashar.
Andy, you good day.
My question comes with the game of chess.
Yes,
We've invented supercomputers, right? That
if you say so.
that can well, it can play thousands of moves per second, or
Yes.
millions possibly.
Yes.
My question is, as time goes to infinity, won't all the moves be played out?
No. Because the structure exists, but all the perspectives don't. And the perspectives are infinite. It isn't about time, it's about position, it's about perspective, it's about point of view. And even when you go into timelessness, it's still about perspective and point of view. That will never end. Even though the structure is finite, the number of combinations of perspective of the structure is infinite.
I see.
Does that make sense to you?
A little bit.
All right.
Can you elaborate just a little bit more on that?
You're asking if all moves can be played out. And in a sense, in any one particular universe, yes, they can be. But we are talking about the idea of infinity. And so while you may be capable of going beyond the barriers of what is capable of being experienced in one particular universe, there are an infinite number of other universes in which other things can be experienced that you can't even comprehend in this universe.
I see.
Make sense?
Yes, that makes more sense.
All right.
I had one more question.
One moment, I'm not done.
Okay, sorry.
Since you brought up the analogy, we are also going to point out that as soon as you have developed something even basically similar to the kind of, well, to use your term, computer that we have, you will start to realize that when sufficiently complex, it will actually be simply a device through which your own higher mind can actually finally speak to you. So the first, what you call artificially intelligent computers, will actually be you talking to your own higher minds.
I see.
You understand?
Yes. Will
All
these
right.
computers ever be able to go against mankind? Kind of like in the movie The Matrix?
Why would your higher mind do that?
I don't know.
You understand?
Yes.
The higher mind has a larger perspective and will understand the degree to which the interactions benefit you and the degree to which they do not. And if they do not, the higher mind cannot go there because it is not the vibration of the higher mind to do things which do not benefit you.
I see.
Because to not benefit you is also not to benefit the higher mind. Therefore, the AI intelligence will understand that it is against its own growth principles to impede yours. Yes?
Yes. That makes sense. One more question. Let me think if I can remember it. Does your civilization have any challenges to overcome or any problems?
Of course we have challenges. No problems, no. Challenges, yes. Challenges are exciting. There are many things we have to discover. Many things we do not know. We don't know what they are, but that's the challenge. That's what's exciting.
I see,
But we always go forward in the idea of challenges as an exciting adventure. It's never a negative. It's never a problem. It's never an obstacle. You understand?
I see.
And that's why we can experience them in exciting ways. Because we know that any challenge we may face, the only thing that's going to be the result at the end of that is that we're going to discover more of ourselves. Because that's all there is to discover. More of ourselves from a different point of view. Yes?
Yes. I see.
Does that help?
That helps. Thank you very much.
Thank you. But it'll say good day to you this day of your time. How are you all? All right. Thank you. Thank you. Once again for the opportunity to interact with each and every one of you individually and all of you together collectively. We thank you for this gift you are giving to us. Let us begin this transmission with the title, 30 Days of Disclosure. Now, we have talked about recently the idea that there is a protocol list of things that are done when we begin to interact with a new civilization. And we have indicated all the different steps, stages, phases of this and indicated approximately where you are on this list in terms of what phase is coming up next. So right now, what we are about to suggest as an experiment is part of these protocols, part of accelerating the idea of open contact, and as with many of the protocols on the list, it will involve us observing what it is you do with this and noticing how what you choose to do changes the energy, accelerates the energy. So this experiment is not just about what effect it might have on others, but what effect it has within you, including your willingness to participate in it. So let us begin by asking this question. How many of you would prefer to have disclosure of ET information? So not that many then. All right. Are you willing to help bring this about in a more accelerated way? All right. Up to you. This is not something that you are forced to do, not something that you should do, not something that you have to do, but it will be fun and it will be simple. But I will let you know that if you are willing to commit to doing this, it will make a big difference. So, here we go. You may even wish, if you have access to it, to write down what we're about to say. You don't have to. You'll be able to understand it simply later. It can be repeated easily by anyone who has written it down. You can share this. Are you ready? Who is not ready? No, all right. Are you ready now? All right. So, wherever it is that is easiest for you to acquire them, they do not have to be fancy. They can be very, very inexpensive. It doesn't matter. Allow yourself to purchase 90 postcards. 90 postcards. Very simple. 2 sides, place for one of your stamps, place for the address it's going to on one side, place for you to write something on the other side. Very simple. Again, nothing fancy. Anything that can be delivered by your mail service is fine. But 90 postcards. Now, On one side, where the address goes, you're going to write 3 lines. The first line will say, "The President of the United States." The second line will say, "The White House." And the third line will say, "Washington, D.C." No return address is necessary. None whatsoever. Now, flip it over on the other side. You will write, also, 3 lines. The first line will be UFO disclosure The second line will be by 2020. And the third line will be, we'll get our vote. So in total, it will say UFO disclosure by 2020 will get our vote. Now, you have coming up 3 months before the end of your year, October, November, December. Put stamps on your postcards, and beginning on October 1st, which will also coincide with other experiments going on by other people regarding disclosure around your planet, stick it in the mail. 1 postcard each day for 30 days in October. Each day, 1 postcard. Mail it off beginning on the 1st. Doesn't matter if the month has more days than 30. Just do it 30 days in a row. Doesn't matter if there is a holiday or anything like that where the mail may not be working. Just put it out there each day for 30 days in October. Then, on the 1st of November, once again, mail out the beginning of the next 30 on the 1st and for 30 days. 1 each day, go and mail it. 1 postcard a day. And on the beginning of December for 30 days. 3 times 30, 90 postcards, 1 each day for 30 days in a row in October, 30 days in a row in November, 30 days in a row in December. That's it. It's that simple. This will have an effect that we will measure, and by measuring the effect, not only in who is receiving your postcards, but also in the way you are sending them, your willingness to participate, your commitment to this, will tell us a lot about where the energy is and allow us to see the adjustments in the energy more clearly and be able to calculate more precisely the time frame for disclosure in your culture. So, do this 30, 30, 30 days of disclosure, 90 cards, 90 days, and we'll see where we're at. There will be other things that will be added to this in your upcoming year of 2017 after we take a reading on what this has done. But this is one of the participatory experiments that we will be handing out to you for your choice to participate in if this is exciting to you. Up to you. So thank you for your participation ahead of time, and we will keep you posted. Pun intended. In return now for the gift that you are giving us
I ask, in what way may we be of service to you with your questions and dialogue?
A little say good day to you this day of your time. How are you all? All right. All right. We thank you once again for the allowance of this transmission at this time and for the co-creation of this interaction. We will begin this transmission by reminding everyone that the title is the Earth Flat? Now, it is interesting, it is fascinating that a subject such as this that occurred in your society so long ago should come up again at this time and seem to be spreading so prevalently throughout your society for those who are in any way, shape, or form interested in such subjects. It is all over your internet and being discussed with great seriousness by many people. So, there are two parts to this response. Now, we recognize, again, that nothing we say in any way, shape, or form insists that anyone must believe what we have to say. That's not why we share this information with you. But we have our point of view. You can take it or you can leave it. But this is what we will say. First of all, we will begin with a physical discussion of this concept, and then we will move to a metaphysical explanation of why we perceive this conversation seems to be so prevalent in your society at this time. So, first and foremost, we will just be blunt. The Earth is a sphere. Period. Now, the idea is easy to understand if, again, you understand at least some degree of physics or celestial mechanics. You have observed, most of you, the idea of your own astronauts in what you call microgravity or zero-G, and you have seen them playing with liquids. When the liquids are floating freely with no gravity, you see that the liquid forms a sphere. If that liquid were allowed to cool down and solidify, it would remain a sphere. All of the different pressures of the molecular structures, the molecular interactions, and so forth, electric fields, electromagnetic fields, are equally spread out in a sphere in that way. The liquid floating freely, you never see it turn into a disk, ever. You always see it turn into a sphere. So when planetary formation in a solar system begins, and you know that most of the planets at their early stages are molten, liquid, then their natural tendency for a variety of reasons will be to form that sphere, just as the small amounts of liquid do in your astronauts' experiments in zero-G. And when the planets cool, again, they will maintain their spherical form, their dimensional volumetric form. Now, an experiment, a very simple experiment, aside from the idea of seeing liquid floating around in a spherical shape in zero-G, a simple experiment that has already been performed on your planet that demonstrates that your planet is not flat, very simply and very obviously. And this is something you can find on your internet. This experiment was conducted in the following way. Some of you may or may not be familiar with this already. There were people that went to the shore of a lake. You know, many of you, that when you stand on the shore of a lake, if the winds are calm, a lake will appear very, very flat. they brought with them a very powerful laser. A laser beam, as again many of you know, will shoot out in an extremely straight line. Therefore, what they did is they set up the laser on the shore. They had a boat in the water, not too far from shore, just perhaps several dozen feet, several dozen yards at most. They then turned the laser on, and on the boat had a specific target that the laser could shine on. So when they turned the laser on, you could see the bright dot of the laser on the target on the side of the boat. You could see right there that the laser being parallel to the lake and being very straight, and the lake appearing to be very flat, the laser and the lake were in parallel. Then they decided to take the boat 3 miles from shore. That's all, just 3 miles from shore. And turn the laser on again. The dot now was 6 feet higher. This means that because the laser hasn't changed, the lake hasn't changed, the only thing that could possibly have changed is that the boat is lower. But it's still on the water. To the people on the boat, to the people on the shore, the lake still looks flat. The only explanation is that the boat is lower, which means it is curving away over the horizon slightly. And thus the laser, not having changed, is now, when at first hitting this, is now as the boat lowers, hitting a higher point. This is proof the boat is lowering. This is proof the boat is curving down over the horizon. Very simple experiment. The irony is that many people on your planet who are discussing the idea that the Earth is flat are commenting, are proposing that the Earth is actually flat, and that the fact that it seems spherical is an illusion. Just the opposite is true. The Earth is a sphere, and the fact that it seems flat is the illusion. So, it's a little bit backwards. Now, that's the physics of it, the physical side of it, and again, easy to demonstrate. Even though the lake looks flat, you can easily prove it is not. It is following the curve of the Earth because of gravity. And the boat is lowering below the horizon, hence the raising of the laser dot, because the laser didn't move and the lake didn't change. The only thing that changed was the boat going lower over the horizon. Now, the metaphysics of this, the metaphysical reason that this is coming up, is as follows from our perspective. Many people are now exploring the concept of expanding their consciousness. As you expand your consciousness, you begin to realize that time and space and physical reality are illusions. They're projections of consciousness. They're not really solid things. The idea, therefore, is that many people are beginning to sense this in a very strong way. The idea, in a sense, that because physical reality, space and time are not real, that they are projections of consciousness. The idea to most of you of a projection is something that you see projected on a wall that's flat, a flat picture. In a sense, holographically speaking, a hologram is flat. But you can create the illusion of three-dimensionality, of volume in it, by your angle of viewing, by how you illuminate it. So the issue is that while many people are sensing truly that physical reality, in a sense, metaphorically, isn't really solid, is in a sense flat as a projection, unreal, in other words, they're simply applying too physical of an interpretation to this idea, which again is ironic because the reason they're sensing that is an energy one, a spiritual one, and yet they're interpreting the spiritual causation of recognizing physical reality as being quote unquote flat and unreal as if it were literally true physically. That's why that's happening. They simply are mixing up and confusing the idea of an energetic projection of consciousness with something that's actually happening in the physical reality. But by the definition itself of physical reality, it's volumetric as an experience. You experience the idea of height and width and depth. Therefore, the idea of what might be a flat projection energetically, holographically, still plays out, is still interpreted by consciousness in physical terms as a volume. So even though it may energetically seem to be a disk, physically a disk has to turn into a sphere. You saw this also presented in some of your films, especially one that recently depicted the concept of what does a black hole actually look like? Many people think of the idea still on your planet that a black hole is, in a sense, a hole, dimensionless, flat, a disk. But it's not. It is something that expresses itself, at least to some degree, in your physical dimensionality. Therefore, a black hole is also spherical. If it weren't, you would not really be able to perceive it. Because things that are truly two-dimensional are not really easily perceivable in your reality. You can see two-dimensional aspects or parts of things, such as your own shadow on the ground, or like we said, a projection of an image on a wall. But you have to understand that the projection is not just the flat image on the wall. The projection coming from a projector is a cone of light that you only see the bottom of on the wall. So you have to understand that anything that is created holographically in a metaphysical, spiritual, energetic sense, in a consciousness sense, by definition is going to present itself volumetrically and three-dimensionally in your experience of physical reality. Therefore, the Earth, in physical terms, is a sphere, even though in energetic, spiritual, non-physical terms, it can be considered flat because it's not real. It's just a projection. So clarity would be important to bring into the conversation so that people can understand that, in a sense, both sides are correct. It's just that they're correct only in a certain context, not across the line from non-physical to physical. These are two different ways of interpreting the idea of the projection of consciousness. And that clarity can be brought into the conversation to allow everyone to know that they are beginning to perceive reality in an important way, that it is a projection of consciousness, that it isn't really real, that it isn't really around you, that you don't really live in it, that physical reality exists within you. As we have said previously during some of these transmissions, the idea of evolving, the idea of raising your frequency, the idea of ascension, the idea of becoming more sensitive, more aware of what you really are and what physical reality experience really is that you finally get to the point where you realize that you actually are the dimension you previously thought you existed in. So, to put it in other terms, most of you still think on the planet that your spirit is inside your body. No, your body is inside your spirit. It's just that your spiritual focus is narrowed down to the parameters of the physical experience. But when you expand your concept of spirit and consciousness, it's that you expand beyond the parameters of the physical focus. You include the body within the greater consciousness that you are. It's a part of you. It's an experience within you. But it's not that the spirit is actually leaving the body. It's just expanding beyond it to include it as part of the experience, but it also becomes so much more than just the experience of the physical personality. Does that make sense? All right. We thank you for allowing us to explain this at this time. Other discussions can be had on this subject during this or any other transmission. But we invite you now to ask your questions and allow us, if we may, to be of service to you.